everybody, my name is the Jurassic Insider, and welcome back to a new video. We're not playing Jurassic World game today, unfortunately. Instead, I'm just going to be uploading a normal video, but you will see a Jurassic World game episode today as well, so you're getting double trouble from me. So, we're going to be doing a tier list, because guess what? These are really easy, and I don't have to do anything. I just got to talk for the entire episode, and guess what? I talk a lot, so it's pretty easy. We're going to be ranking every single dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise from all 6 movies, plus Camp Cretaceous, I'm pretty sure, so we're going to be talking about every single one of them in this episode. I'm so very excited, as always, so let's go ahead and begin. I'll go ahead and run down the tiers. We got S, which is like the best of the best, then we got S, which is still really, really good, A, which means great, amazing, whatever, B is still pretty good, C is okay, average, D is not that great, mediocre, below mediocre, and F is just absolute garbage, nobody likes you, maybe not that intense, but still, not good. So with that all being said, let's begin. Starting off with the Triceratops. Now, the Triceratops is an iconic one. We all know that. It's a great one, But the problem is, they really kind of missed all of its potential very early on. We got that cool scene in the original movie, and that's about it. I mean, it was iconic, but pretty much every scene in the first movie is iconic, so you can't really use that as a pitch. And then we got to see its cool scene in Lost World, which I like that scene a lot, so that's pretty good. And then after that, it doesn't really do a lot. It just kind of shows up every now and then. And for how famous it is outside of the franchise, I'm actually really surprised that they didn't really utilize it very often. So it's a good creature. So also put it in B-ish, possibly towards the lower side, but it really just hasn't done a lot in this franchise quite yet. Something that has, however, is a Brachiosaurus. It's pretty much the herbivorous face of the franchise that it would be sick if I weren't to put it in the double S tier. It is absolutely fantastic. It's the greatest thing on the planet, and if you don't love Brachie, I don't know what you're doing. It's amazing. It literally is the first dinosaur we ever see in the entire franchise, so it has that value going for it. And then on top of that, that scene is just so freaking iconic. It's literally the best scene in the entire franchise. Like, what more could you want from it? Next, we have the Dilophosaurus. Now, this one to me is a little bit overrated, but not that I don't like it. I still love this creature. It's not the best in the game, but I love it still. So, it gets the A tier. Fantastic. It's just super cool, and its one scene was awesome, and we got to see it in Dominion 2, which was a big surprise, and I love seeing it there, and I can't wait to see what it can do in the future of Jurassic World. Next up, we have the Tyrannosaurus Rex, T-Rex. This one's pretty obvious, higher than the Brachiosaurus. It's my favorite dinosaur in the entire franchise, no doubt. Specifically, Rexy herself is just so phenomenal, and then in the other movies, they're so cool too, and honestly, it is just the coolest dinosaur ever in this franchise. It's the face of the franchise too, so come on, how could you not love it? Original Velociraptors, and these guys were pretty cool too. I'm gonna give them a nice big ol' S tier. They only showed up in one movie, which is why they're not going in the double S tier, but they are still super duper cool, and they deserve everything. They're so iconic, so awesome. They're the big bads, aside from the T-Rex in the first movie. Absolutely fantastic. Next up, we got the Gallimimus. And the Gallimimus really didn't do a lot in the first movie. It kind of was just there, and really was there to see it get eaten by the T-Rex. But still, I mean, I gotta give it props somewhere. And it's from the first movie, so it's automatically a B tier. I think it's a little bit lower than Triceratops, because it doesn't really do anything after that. It's just kind of there to be eaten. It's pretty cool, though, and I like it a lot. So next up, we've got the Lost World dinosaurs. Go ahead and unleash that. First up, the Raptors. To a lot of people's controversy, I don't really think these are anything too special. I'm just gonna give it an average tier. They're okay. They showed up for one scene. They did their part. They're just not anything too interesting. And certainly not as interesting as they were in the book. So, next up, we've got the Stegosaurus. The Stegosaurus was first appeared in the Lost World at the beginning of the movie, and it was a pretty cool dinosaur, actually. I thought it was pretty nice, and I really thought it was okay, but after that, it didn't really do anything much. It was just a nice little, warm-up scene. It was kind of weird, their aggression, and it was just kind of an unnecessary scene, but at the end of the day, it's not too bad, so I'll give it a C tier. Again, another one that's pretty popular, and I'm really surprised that didn't really have any appearances after that. Next up, we got the baby T-Rex in the Lost World. I don't really have a lot to say about it, but I think it's a cool concept, so I'll give it a C tier, because why not? Next up, we got the Pteranodon that showed up at the end of the movie, and then later appeared in so many other films. It appeared in Jurassic Park 3, and then it showed up once again and had a big role in Jurassic World, and then came once again in the next 2 movies. So it's honestly a pretty big dinosaur, and to the franchise, and overall it's just a really cool dino in general, and it's the flying face of the franchise, if you will. So I'm gonna give this one a big old A tier. Very, very nice. Not the most impressive thing in the world, not as good as the Dilophosaurus for sure, but still very, very cool. Next up we got the Parasaurolophus, and again, this one I don't really have a lot to say about. It's pretty cool. Most of the times that we see it's probably being wrangled or captured in some way, but you know what, it's a cool dinosaur. I'm okay with it. But again, anything too special. So I think I'm gonna keep this in C tier, probably the bottom of the C tier, just not that interesting, you know? And then we got the Momentosaurus. Now the Momentosaurus, as far as design, looks absolutely awesome. I love his huge neck. But come on, there was so much missed potential here. He barely showed up. He was just in that one scene in the Lost World, and it was so disappointing. And we even thought that he was gonna appear in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, because he was in that poster or whatever. And I was so excited to see it, but we never got to see it. So I'm not going to put it in the F tier. I'm going to put it in the D tier just because the design is super awesome and I love the scene it was in the Lost World. So it's going to go right there. Pachycephalosaurus, pretty much the same thing. It showed up in Jurassic World. I like it a little bit better because it showed up in Jurassic World. And also because I just think it looks way cooler and I like its scene a lot more. So it's pretty cool. So I don't love it, but you know what? It's okay. It could have been better, but whatever. Next up, we got the Compsognathus, and these guys are just winners. They show up every now and then, mess with some stuff. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous really loves them for some reason. But, you know what, for the consistency, I'll give them a nice little big tier. Probably a little bit over Gallimimus. Now, starting on with Jurassic Park 3, everybody's least favorite movie. Not mine, though. I actually really like Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, go ahead, kill me. First up for Jurassic Park 3, we've got the Velociraptors. We have the Alpha one and then the regular one. I don't really have too much to say about these two guys. I like them a lot more than the Lost World ones, but they're nowhere near as good as the Jurassic Park ones. So I'll just both put them in the B tier. I guess I like the Alpha a little bit more, so I'll put the Alpha there. Yeah, I'll actually, you know what, I'll just put them both in the same tier. Definitely better than any of these guys that are also in the B tier. But next up, we've got the Spinosaurus, and this one, easy win, S tier. I know most people wouldn't put him in the S tier, but I am, because I'm a Spinosaurus fanboy. So, next up, we've got the Corythosaurus. Now, the Corythosaurus is by far the worst creature in the entire franchise. It does literally nothing. I hate to roast it, but it does nothing except just run around in that one scene. Never again seen. It's absolute waste of a creature. I have no idea what they were thinking with that one. Like, why not just put in some Parasaurolophus or something? You know, why just waste this really good creature? Like, why would you make a new design for it just for it to be completely wasted? Makes no sense, but whatever. Next up, we got the Ankylosaurus. Good old Anky. And the Ankylosaurus right here is pretty nice. The Indominus Rex versus Ankylosaurus scene absolutely carries this dinosaur for me. It went from C tier to pretty much B tier. It's probably going to be at the top of the B tier just because of that. Everything else, you know, was kind of just there. It wasn't really too prevalent, but that Indominus scene was pretty cool, and that's something they should do with a lot of the other herbivores. They should give them like, at least that one scene. You know, the Triceratops should have that one scene that it battles something. You know, it's about due time that it battles a T-Rex, but whatever. Next up, we got the Ceratosaurus. Now, Ceratosaurus is such a disappointment to me because it's so cool. It's got that little horn. The design is awesome. It's just a nice little theropod. It's so cool. But they completely missed the mark with it, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it a D tier. Still at the top because I love the design. And then when it came back in Camp Cretaceous Season 2, I was so excited. I was literally so excited. Like, finally, he gets his debut. Literally does nothing. Literally nothing. And then it comes back in Season 3. I was like, okay, finally. This has to be it. Literally just gets killed. That's all. That's all. It's done. That's its arc. Come on. What were you thinking? Next up, we got Jurassic World. We got all the different raptors. So we're going to go and start off with this one. I have no idea who it is. I'm pretty sure it's Charlie. Yeah, it's Charlie. So, Charlie, I don't really know. I mean, I like the raptors, you know. I'm not taking anything against them. But concept training raptors, so I'll give them that. But then we've got Blue. And Blue, he's going to go a little bit higher. Next up, we got the Stegoceratops, an awesome hybrid that we never got to see. Never ever did we get to see it. But it's a cool concept. It's technically has the least amount of screen time because we just saw it in the background, so I'm not sure what's on here. But for right now, we could put it in C because Indominus Rex, this one's a pretty obvious one. I'm going to put him at A tier, top of A tier. I can't quite put him in S tier because he really only showed up for one movie, and you might be like, wait, Spinosaurus and Velociraptor only showed up for one movie. Well, guess what? They're iconic. I mean, Indominus Rex is too, but you know what? I'm biased, so fight me. Next up, we got the Mosasaurus. This one's absolutely going in the A tier, probably higher than Indominus Rex. He is absolutely beast. I'm so glad that he's here. He just randomly shows up when you least expect it, and it's so great. Next up, we got the Dimorphodon. These guys are a little bit ugly, but guess what? I think they look awesome, actually. But I'm only going to put them in C tier because they really don't do a lot. I'll put them probably just below the Lost World Raptors. They're cool, you know, they're okay, but they kind of just took a backside to Pteranodon, so I just wish I could see them again and it'd be all fine. Finally, for Jurassic World, we got the Apatosaurus. A little bit overrated, sure. But guess what? That one scene with Claire's arc is absolutely beautiful. Oh my god. Chef's kiss. Absolutely best scene. Okay, not the best scene in the movie. There were some pretty bad butt scenes in that movie. But for Apatosaurus, gotta think about that. I'll put in B. You know what? That's me being nice. I'll put it in A. Oh, sorry, that's A, yeah. I'll put in A. No, I'm not putting it above blue. I'll put in B. B. How about that? Sound good? Alright. Next up we got the Stigomoloch for Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom introduced some new dinos in a terrible way, because that movie was pretty mediocre, but you know what? If you like it, props to you. First Stigomoloch here, I think I'm gonna give it a nice old B tier, somewhere around here. I'll put it, you know what, I'll put it right below the JP3 Raptors. Next up we got the Indoraptor. Let's see. What do I think about Indoraptor? Listen, it's not as good as Indominus, definitely not, but it's cool enough, so I guess I'll give it a B tier. Alright, next up we got the Senoceratops. This one had that pretty cool scene for like a second, and then after that it didn't really do anything. There's this one episode in Camp Cretaceous that I don't really like that much that it shows up in. So that's, again, kind of a middle road one. I guess I'll put it above some of these guys. You know I gotta put my boy Toro up here in the big league. Absolutely carried season 1 of Camp Cretaceous. And it was so cool in the Fallen Kingdom, even though they didn't really utilize it that well. But it's okay, because Camp Cretaceous knew what to do with it. It was awesome. Next up, we got the Baryonyx. I really like this one as well, because it's a Spinosaur, and I love Spinosaurs. But I don't really know how high it's gonna go. Definitely much lower than Carnotaurus, so it's not gonna go in that A tier, but I'll put it... it's definitely better than these guys, better than him. It's not better than Indoraptor, I don't think so. So I'll put it in the B tier. And then finally, for Fallen Kingdom, we got the Allosaurus. Allosaurus, would probably be somewhere in C tier, like high C tier, because it was cool, but it just didn't really do a lot. But man, it got a glow up in Battle at Big Rock, and that was a cool scene. It showed up in Dominion for a couple seconds, so it's actually carried up here. But then next up, we've got Dominion. Let's go. Quetzalcoatlus. Now, this is the thing. Here's the breakdown. I thought I was gonna love this guy. And I wanted to so badly. But the thing is, he only shows up one time, and he's cool when he shows up, but don't you feel disappointed? If any of you guys feel disappointed just a little bit? Because I know I do. I just don't think it's fair. So I'm gonna putting Quetzalcoatlus, sorry. Oh, I don't know though, it's so cool looking though. It's so cool looking. Honestly, the best scene it had was in the premiere. And that wasn't even in the movie. So, what do you want to do? What do we want to do? Alright. You know what? I'll do that. That's the best I can do. I can't put it any higher. I just can't. So I'll put it right there. Pyroraptor, absolutely atrocious. Design, awesome. The scene it showed up in, terrible. That's such a stupid scene. I still don't see how people like that. But I'm still going to put it a little bit higher. We got the white Atrociraptor. Oh, wait. There's grouping all the Atrociraptor. Okay, that's cool. The Atrociraptor idea was just a little bit reused, so I don't love that. But the designs, once again, were really cool. And I love the chase that they had in Downtown Malta. And we got the Big Bad Gigi. I love the design, once again. Like, oh my goodness, that design. Not what I was expecting at all when I thought of a Giganotosaurus. Like, I was expecting something totally different. But then, finally, for Dominion, we have the Therizinosaurus. So, as far as Therizinosaurus goes, this guy is straight up awesome. They're so cool. It's, oh my goodness, that scene. Oh my goodness, I'm getting huge waves of just awesomeness, pure awesomeness in my brain. That is crazy. That scene, like, it blew my mind. I didn't even know they could do that. I don't know how, but they made dinosaurs scary for once. Like, hecka scary. Oh my goodness. But now we're getting to Camp Cretaceous. We got the Scorpius Rex. Scorpius Rex, I really like the design a lot. I'm going to probably put it up there with Giganotosaurus. You know what? I think I'm going to make some changes. I think I'm going to put Giganotosaurus below Dilophosaurus, and then I'm going to put Scorpius Rex below Giganotosaurus. I think that's fair. The Kentrosaurus did literally nothing. It kind of just stood there for one episode. Again, I don't really like Season 4 of Camp Cretaceous. So, what are we thinking? What am I thinking? Alright. It's going in detail, honestly. I think it's worse than these guys. I don't really like it that much, sorry. Monoloposaurus was kind of weird. I just thought the behavior was weird. Finally, the Ouranosaurus, kind of an interesting one I didn't expect, but it was really hostile, so I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm gonna put this one in the B tier. Gonna go bust on these guys. Yeah, there we go. There, we finally finished it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list of all the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. If you want to leave your own list in the comments below, I'd love that. Or go watch my Jurassic World the Game series. It'd be fantastic. Leave a like, subscribe, whatever, all that YouTube stuff. I've been really happy with everything that's been going on so far, so thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. This is Jurassic Insider signing out.